I'll be like, oh yeah, he's wiggling around, and then all of a sudden he will like stretch an arm or a leg one way and then his body the other way, and I'm like, oh, my body, like, it can't stretch that far. My name is Allie. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I thought I would sit down and share with you my 31-week pregnancy update. Like I do with all of my updates, I usually do updates on baby, updates on mommy and symptoms, my upcoming appointments, and then kind of just a general update of how the week went. And so let's dive on into week 31. Still can't believe it's like literally less than 9 weeks now. We're like in the 2-month countdown, which seems crazy. Baby stats. So this week, for the 31st week of pregnancy, baby is 16 inches long from head to toe, and they say about 3 1/3 pounds, which they say is the weight of a coconut. And so that's really cool. He's gaining weight, he's getting bigger, he's hit the 3-pound mark, which seems crazy. And just watching my belly grow from now. It's funny because when I used to like look at the fruit and vegetable like comparisons, in the beginning it's always they're comparing it to like the length of your baby, and then I remember when I started getting to this point and it would say like a coconut or it'd say like a cantaloupe, and I was like, that's smaller. I'm like, that's a lot shorter than my baby. And then I realized, oh, they switched over to weight. And so you would think I would notice that, but no, baby is the weight of a coconut, but is 16 inches or around there from head to toe. Week baby has been hyper, he's been wiggling around. His newest thing has been to like stretch really far, which I've had all my pregnancies, but it's always like a surprising feeling where I'll be like, oh yeah, he's wiggling around, and then all of a sudden he will like stretch an arm or a leg one way and then his body the other way, and I'm like, oh, my body, like, it can't stretch that far. But that's always a fun kind of experience to have when you're pregnant. And he's definitely been stretching. I'm pretty sure he is still, I think he's head down. I go back and forth because sometimes I'm like, is that a head? But then I'm like, or is it just his bottom? So it's kind of hard to tell. So I have a midwife appointment coming up next week, so I'm excited to see what they say. And I also have an ultrasound coming up, so we'll probably get a good idea if he's head up or head down. Name-wise, I was going today, I went out grocery shopping today and was looking for one of those felt boards that, like, you can put like the letters and stuff and spell things on. I'm wanting to get one of those and frame it to put his name on above his crib. And so I was gonna do that and then film like a little name reveal. But the store didn't have it, so I gotta look on Amazon now or somewhere. I've been trying to find just a good deal on a nice size one. I don't want a huge board. I want just like a nice like kind of picture size. And so if you know of any, whether it's on Amazon or at a store, let me know in the comments down below. I've been trying to find one of those to do his name with. And so hopefully once we get one of those, we can do a fun name reveal. We're gonna be revealing it probably to the family as well soon. And just getting excited. We're getting so much closer to him coming, and excited to just hold him in my arms and getting to see his cute little face. I'm so curious who he's gonna look like, because I already have 2 boys and a girl, and I'm like, he could either look the spitting image of his siblings, or he could have dark hair like my husband. All my kids are blondies, so it'd be really strange to have a kid with dark hair, but at the same time it'd be really fun. And so I'm just excited to see who and what he's gonna look like. Mommy stats. I weighed myself and I measured myself, so I did not forget this week. I am, I believe, 43 inches around the biggest part of my belly, so definitely growing. I am 159 pounds, so I'm about 1 more pound, and I've gained about 30 pounds this pregnancy. So I'm at 29 pounds of weight gain, which is pretty normal for me. Usually I creep pretty close to the 40 pounds with each pregnancy, except for my first pregnancy. I went over 50 pounds. Sorry for all the noise. They're doing construction outside, and there's giant vehicles going by. Of course, when I try to film a video. Symptom-wise for me, not a whole lot has changed. I definitely, one thing that has stuck out though this past week is just having trouble sleeping. It's a common thing in pregnancy, especially in the 3rd trimester. But I've just been having trouble sleeping, whether it's my hips always start hurting, so I'm constantly rotating throughout the night. and always having like a pillow wedged between my legs. I've tried like the maternity pillows and different things, but in the end, what works for me is just using a plain old pillow. But yeah, definitely having some trouble sleeping. He's been really active. All my kids love to be active at night. I don't know exactly why, but so definitely it's harder to sleep. That's been, I think, one of the biggest symptoms changes that stood out this week. Other than that, not a whole lot of like pregnancy symptom wise that's changed, other than like just heartburn and the typical stuff. And just feeling him grow, feeling my belly stretch, and just realizing we're in the final stretch, and so it's fitting that you stretch in the final stretch. And that is not a corny joke. Upcoming appointments, I have next Monday, I have my midwife appointment. It's my 32-week midwife appointment, and also my 32-week ultrasound where we'll be checking on baby and the placenta. And I mentioned before that they had found like placental cysts on my placenta, which I had with my son Oliver as well. And so they want to check to make sure they haven't grown and that it's not causing any difficulties or any complications. Other than that, I can't think of any upcoming appointments. And so let's jump on into what's happened this past week. In my last update, I updated on getting the results for my glucose test, getting the results that my iron was low, and I had to have the 3-hour gestational diabetes test, and that came back, everything was fine. And so I don't have gestational diabetes, which I'm very thankful for. And I've just been trying to kind of get my diet better and trying to eat better stuff to help, which it's good for me, it's good for baby, and definitely will help with blood sugar and everything. But other than that, everything seemed fine. And so when going to the low iron, when my midwives told me my iron was low, it didn't fully surprise me because my past 2 pregnancies, so 3 out of the 4 I've had low iron. And so it didn't really surprise me. So they put me on the same iron tablets that I was on with my son Oliver and my daughter Tiffany. And for some reason for me, whenever they put me on iron, it like doesn't help much. Like my iron will go up just a little bit, but that's about it. And so they had me on a double dose of it, and it's in my prenatal, so I was on a lot of iron. And so I was fully expecting what usually comes when pregnant women are on iron, which is usually constipation. But my body was not happy with the iron this time. I don't know exactly why, but I started the iron 2.5 weeks ago, I think, and immediately, instead of getting constipated in TMI, but I ended up getting like the other way and getting really upset stomach and nauseous. Like I was feeling like it was morning sickness all over again. And that was not fun. I was feeling really sick, and I was like, well, that can be a side effect of being on iron, is the nausea and the stomach problems and stuff. So I was like, I don't know if I'll just have to deal with this or try to find a better type of iron. And so I figured I'd just wait until my midwife appointment. Well, let's see, this past Saturday and Sunday, I started feeling just not good. I started feeling like really nauseous and feeling just like, there's a difference between like being tired and then like this kind of tired. I felt like someone had given me like a bunch of Benadryl. I was so drowsy, so sleepy. I was feeling like it was like normally walking up the stairs can be hard when you're pregnant, you get out of breath. But I just felt like it physically drained me. And so that was getting worse and worse. I was starting to feel like shaky, almost like when you need to eat food and you've waited too long, but I had just ate, so I wasn't hungry. And I just started not feeling good. So I called the midwives and I mentioned all my symptoms, and I was telling them that ever since being on the iron, it's been making me so sick and wondering if this is all connected. So I stopped taking iron for the past like 2 or 3 days, and immediately my stomach started getting better, and I've not been nearly as drowsy, and the nausea started to go away. So those were definitely pointing that that was because of the iron tablets. And so they wanted me to come in the next day and have blood work drawn to check my iron again. And so that was the reason I actually didn't have my video up yesterday, was because I wanted to get the results back and wanted to see what exactly was going on. I'm still waiting to hear back again from them. But she said basically my iron actually has gone up a little bit, which is good. But the problem is we're pretty sure my body just did not want that iron. I reacted bad to it and was just getting physically sick. And so she said we're going to try to see if maybe there's a different type of iron to take. I know there's ones that are good for like digesting it better. And so I'm not fully sure iron-wise what we're going to do, but we definitely still need to get my iron up. This is the lowest it's been out of my 3 pregnancies that I've had low iron. and so we're definitely trying to get it up before baby comes. And they've mentioned if I had to, I could get like the iron IV infusions, I think they're called, if I had to, but we're hoping to try to just get it in a good, normal way with tablets or something, but still waiting back to hear. So hopefully my next update, I'll have more of an update on what we're doing iron wise and trying to get my body's level of iron back up before baby comes, because we're getting close. I always think it's funny because usually we don't check my iron till later on, and it's usually always low, and so I always feel like we're like racing against the clock to try to get it up in time, and it tends to not go up. But hopefully this time it will. So that was just kind of a quick recap of what's happened this past week. It's mostly just been blood work, trying to figure out what's wrong with my iron, and just feeling sick. And so I'm so thankful. I'm feeling a lot better. The nausea's gone away and everything's kind of died down since I stopped taking the iron. And so hopefully we can figure out something, some way to either take a different type of iron or something to help. But otherwise, everything has been going great. We're getting very excited as we get closer and closer to baby's due date. I'm excited for the ultrasound coming up and getting to see him. It's always so much fun, especially when you're farther along in the pregnancy, to like see their squishy, chubby face and to see like exactly how big they are and how much they weigh, their length and everything. And so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But otherwise, I think that's all I can think of for updates. I'm hoping to get out like a what's in my hospital bag when I pack it video, and kind of a little mini nursery tour of like some of the stuff we have for baby, and a name reveal video hopefully soon. And so keep an eye out for those. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you'd like to come along this journey with me and my family as we get ready to welcome baby number 4, a little boy, this August. And we're just so excited, and God's blessed us with this little boy, and we're so excited just to have another little family member in the family. And I'm just excited to cuddle a little newborn again. I always don't realize until my kids get older how much I miss that baby stage when they would just like lay in your arms for a long time. Because my kids all wiggle like crazy, so that stage doesn't last long. Thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you next week. We're going for my 32-week pregnancy update.